Hi everyone, welcome to seniorgolfsource.com. My name is Brett Francisco, certified PGA instructor. Before we get into today's content, if you like what we're doing on this channel, please subscribe and like. Comment below if you have some topics that you would like for us to cover. And in today's episode, I'm going to cover ways that we can learn how to control the club face. And this is specific to the players that probably are going to be hitting the slice. So if you've fought the slice forever, today's video is really going to be geared towards that player. Now what I'd like to do is start with some pre-swing fundamentals, giving some education behind what we're trying to do prior to even taking a swing. A big part of being a slicer, you get that thought in your head and you stand on the first tee and you're like, great, here we go. I need to aim 30 degrees left just to maybe find the fairway. It shouldn't be that detrimental to you. It shouldn't be that type of thought process approaching the first tee. You should be stepping up there thinking, I'm not working, I'm out here, it's a great day, I'm playing some golf, let's pump one down the middle. Confidence goes a long way. So with that thought in mind, let's worry more about our pre-swing fundamentals, things we can do prior to actually taking a swing at the ball that can control the club face and stop it from slicing. So for us right-handed golfers, what we're going to do is understand the grip. Okay, grip is something that you've probably heard 1,000 times over. We'll get ready to hear it the 1,001st time again. I'm going to be very clear in hand placement, pressure, and orientation. So if we're looking at it, I'm going to take the club, so I've got the leading edge of the club is skyward, okay? For us right-handed golfers, I'm going to actually tilt it so now the face is to the sky, okay? So perfectly parallel to the horizon. When I put my left hand on, I want you to look at the top portion of my left hand. Do you see how the top portion, so from the knuckles to the wrist, is running parallel to the leading edge of the golf club face? Now we know that that is in a square position. Looking at it from more of a face-on standpoint, if we're looking at it, you'll notice that my thumb on my left hand is on the top portion of the club. So often do I find students that have that thumb kind of wrapped around like they're holding a pistol. We're not a firing squad here. We're trying to play some golf. So let's make sure that we maintain that important pressure point. So thumb remains close to the pointer finger. If we're looking at it from this perspective and I were to open up, you'll see that the grip itself will go from the lower portion of my pointer finger knuckle across the pinky side of my palm. Not down the lifeline, but across the pinky side of the palm. Now when I go and take that grip, you'll notice that the grip is primarily in my fingers, which is a good thing. We want good pressure. It's people that give it that death grip, that puts the grip mostly in the palm like this, that tend to have accuracy issues. Henceforth, slicers of the ball tend to just bear down on that thing because they're so worried about the ball going hard right. So let's make sure that we get that pressure point correct. So it's more in the fingertips, more across the pinky side of the palm in this manner. All right, so we've got the club face square. We've got the understanding that the thumb remains close to the pointer finger. We've got the understanding that the grip is primarily in the fingertips, not the palm. And now, when we go for the right hand, really comfort is key here. I'm a big proponent of teaching the interlock, also known as the Varden grip. This is going to be pointer finger out on my left, pinky on my right, just simply interlocks. The left thumb kind of pockets the lifeline of my right palm. And you'll see what would be declared as a relatively neutral grip. In Hogan's book, he talks about seeing knuckles. So looking from this perspective, looking down on my hand, I can see my pointer finger knuckle, I can see my middle finger knuckle. That is telling me, it's an indicator knowing that I'm in a neutral position, that I have the ability to rotate the club face. So that's the grip as far as hand placement goes. Now let's talk about the two other positions that you can find yourself in that create a different type of control of the club face. This other position is called weak. Most commonly, the grip that I see all day long as an instructor. Basically, it's just thumb down the center of the shaft. So if we're looking at that angle again, the thumb down the center of the shaft is going to have, you can see my hand is kind of on a diagonal slant going downward from the wrist to the knuckles. It's no longer paralleled. So with that, we're going to do a little experiment. So thumb down the center of the shaft, and I try to rotate the club face over by turning my left arm. You'll notice that it turned over a little bit. I'm going to go back to that neutral position that I was talking about, and we'll see that I have a lot more room to rotate. Okay, this isn't magic, this is just physics at its finest here. Okay, so if weak is thumb down the center and it limits my ability to rotate the club face, neutral allows for more rotation. Well, we could only guess where strong was going to be. Strong is the most discomforting thing you're probably going to do. It feels very awkward. You'll feel a lot of tension on the forearm, but what'll happen, I just increase the rotation of the club tenfold compared to weak. And that's what's going to allow me to release the club face in a more efficient manner. So for those of you that slice the ball, it would make great sense to try out strong. You know, try strong, learn what it feels like to get the ball to turn right to left, hooking the ball, and then you can kind of work your way and find that Goldilocks position of hand placement and orientation. So, you know, personally, I like to play a slightly strong grip. I love to play a draw. It's my favorite shot. But when I have to hit a cut or a push, I know that I can weaken up that left hand position, and it's going to allow that club face to slow down and not hit that standard draw that I play. So let's put it to the test real quick. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of do the three different types of positions. So I'm going to do weak first, I'm going to do neutral second, and then I'm going to do strong last. So again, weak is thumb down the center. I'm using the interlocking grip, and I'm going to swing and hit. So hitting, you can see that the ball is traveling off to the right. You know, again, this is applicable. I could use this on the golf course on purpose. If I have that hole that's shaped from left to right, there's a good chance that I'm going to be kind of hugging the left side of the fairway and just kind of letting that shot shape happen just by simply changing my grip. The last thing I want to do is play my standard draw and put it in the woods. All right, so now I'm going to shoot for neutral. So neutral, I'm going to get that club face, and I'm going to get the top part of my hand correct. I'm going to make sure that it's more in the fingertips and running across the pinky side of the palm. I'm going to now lock in that position, and I'm going to go hit. And as I hit, relatively straight ball. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of movement to that, and I've hit my target. Now, something I don't know if you saw from the previous shot, the weak grip actually created a slightly higher trajectory. The neutral grip came down a little bit. I want you to pay attention to this on strong. So when I go to strong, again, it feels awkward. This ball is most likely going to hook around the corner here. But you'll also notice that the ball flight is going to drop down. All right, that's that shot that I have to bend it around the corner. All right, something that I'm not necessarily going to go do all the time, but you can see how this could help you on the golf course if you get yourself in trouble and you need to bend it right to left. So that strong grip really got that ball to turn over. So if we're thinking about, well, why did it get higher and weak? Why did it start to reduce in neutral, and then why did it really go down in strong? Well, if we're rotating the club face, the loft of the club, the greater the rotation, the lower the loft. The lesser the rotation, the greater the loft. Okay, let's kind of look at it this way. Let's say I left the club face open because I was so weak. Well, all that did was lay back the loft of the club. And then on the opposite end, if there was more rotation, you can see how that's starting to really reduce the loft of the club. So that simple pre-swing fundamental change in understanding of the grip should allow you to control that ball flight, not slice it so much. Now, there's definitely other factors that play a role when it comes to slicing the ball, but let's start here first. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So please like, comment, subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.